Okay guys, we got something interesting here, alright? We got 75 planes, 80 ships, over 1,500 lives, completely gone without a trace. That's one vanishing every 5 weeks since 1918. No debris, no distress calls, just silence. Is this a scientific anomaly, or is there something lurking beneath these waters yet to be discovered? Tonight, we crack open one of the most chilling mysteries on Earth, the Bermuda Triangle. This is the Vault Files. We dig into the shadows for truth, no fluff and no nonsense. I'm your guide through one of the strangest and most enduring mysteries in modern history, the Bermuda Triangle. So we got 500,000 square miles of open ocean stretching between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, a place where ships go silent, planes vanish, and compasses lose their minds. Some call it cursed, some call it a hoax, but what does the evidence say? We're diving into this case, the science, and the theories because something's down there and it does not want to be found for some reason. So let's start with the problem, all right? So we got the facts here. Over 150 disappearances recorded since the 1800s. We got ships, planes, entire crews erased like they were never there, okay? So let's start with the first recorded one, okay? We got the USS Cyclops from 1918, a 19,000-ton Navy cargo ship with 309 crew members, last seen near Barbados. There was no distress call, no wreckage, no explanation, all right? That's number one. Then we got number two. We got Flight 19 from 1945. You guys have heard of this one. 5 Navy bombers on a training run from Florida. Their leader radioed in, we can't tell where we are, and everything looks wrong. And then we got complete static. The rescue planes sent after them also vanished. Okay, now let's jump to 1967. We got the Witchcraft, which is a yacht a mile off the Miami's coast. Called for help and said they were sinking. Rescue arrived within 20 minutes, but the boat was completely gone. And then we got a very infamous case here that everybody knows about also, the Mary Celeste. Found drifting, crew missing, the food was still warm and there was no sign of a struggle, no distress call, nothing. Then we got the Ellen Austin from 1881. We got the crew, boards a derelict ship in the triangle, and then days later it reappears, but now the rescue crew is completely missing. No bodies, no wreckage, no mayday calls, just blank space where history should be. So what's happening here? Okay, let's break this down. Let's get the leading theories out here, okay? Here, let's do scientific and otherwise, all right? Here we go. So, scientific theories and strange anomalies. Let's go with theory number one. We got the methane hydrates, which is the oceanic death traps. So they're massive pockets of methane gas, and they sit right beneath the ocean floor. And then whenever they erupt, they create giant bubbles that make water lose their buoyancy instantly, which means anything floating on it can immediately sink, like they were nothing, just like they were stones. So, and then we got the methane clouds, like when the methane erupts from below, those create clouds in the air, which also explains the airplanes. So that can make the airplanes just fall right out of the sky because that can mess up their engines and make them just crash. And that's it. That's all she wrote. Let's go to theory number two. We got magnetic anomalies because of this whole compass problem that everyone seems to have in the Bermuda Triangle, because it sits near a very rare alignment of true north and magnetic north. So yeah, we got compasses, they go haywire, sending planes and ships miles off course. Just 1 degree off, you're lost in the ocean. 1 degree off on a compass when you're navigating can lead you astray like 50 miles off course, so you're pretty much screwed from there. All right, we got rogue waves, which these are terrifying and really real. They're 100-foot killers, okay? We got satellite scans confirming massive 100-foot waves in this region, and these waves can appear out of nowhere. If you know anything about rogue waves, see the Poseidon Adventure remake. I believe the remake is the one, the 2006 version is the one that classifies them as it's a rogue wave that hits the boat. And you don't want these to hit you, man. Like, these will mess you up. Hexagonal clouds, which are mainly seen on, I believe it's Jupiter or Saturn, but these clouds, okay, in 2016, NASA spotted massive 55-mile-wide hexagonal cloud formations over the triangle. These clouds can create 200-mile-an-hour wind bombs, which are strong enough to flip ships and knock planes right out of the sky, obviously. If you're getting hit with 200-miles-an-hour winds, you're done for. Let's go to theory number 5. This is the last theory here, and this is the entire Gulf Stream. This is nature's vanishing act, guys. The Bermuda Triangle sits on one of the fastest ocean currents on Earth, which is the Gulf Stream. If a ship sinks, the current will just pull this wreckage away within hours, leaving absolutely no trace, and it can end up hundreds of miles away. And science explains a lot, but not everything, because sometimes the truth is even stranger. So we got some stranger theories here, way beyond science. We got time warps and dimensional rifts. So in 1970, we got the pilot, Bruce Gernon, reported flying into an electronic fog, and then he arrived in Miami a half an hour before he should have. If you guys remember this story, he was basically flying, and then everything started messing up. He saw a bunch of weird lights, and his instruments froze, and then like out of nowhere, like he was like freaking out, and then he ended up right where he was supposed to be, but he was way early. So that was like some sort of like possible wormhole. That's what I'm gonna say. I think it was a wormhole in time and space, which kind of goes with the magnetic pull theory of the, you know, electricity, gravity. You know, we've all seen Interstellar, so It's a possible theory. Yeah, he arrived somewhere like way earlier than he was supposed to. And then we got UFOs and underwater bases. Okay, so we got Frederick Valnech from 1978. A pilot reported seeing a metallic object hovering above him, which, we've been getting a lot of stories like this recently as well. Okay, now we got the obvious Atlantis and Bimini Road theory. In 1968, divers found strange underwater stone formations near Bimini. All right, so some believe that they're remnants of Atlantis' lost power grid. So could this be affecting aircraft and ships? Possibly. These stranger theories with the time warps, UFOs, and Atlantis, I think they could all be connected and just all be one singular thing. So now we have the sea monsters theory, which is like the oldest explanation in history. From Columbus's 1492 logs, he describes strange lights in the sky and massive sea disturbances. So could this be ancient legends of the Kraken or other deep sea creatures be rooted? Because we have these trenches, which is what I think is going on as well. I think this could be connected. We got these trenches called Dragon's Teeth, which is a 20,000 foot trench system off Bermuda, and it's unmapped. It was unmapped until 2018. Wrecks can disappear in these depths. I think these could all be connected. Wrecks will disappear, and currents can smash debris into cliffs. Methane erupts, rogue waves can strike, all in these areas. It's a perfect storm of nature's deadliest forces, and it's an oceanic blender. Then we have the 1971 Miami picks up a weak transmission from Flight 19. So we got the whole white water from that Flight 19 thing. That's the only transmission they got. They got that 26 years later after they vanished. A signal from nowhere. So yeah, explain that. They just were able to receive this after 26 years. That's crazy that a radio tower picked that up 26 years later, never recorded in history until then. So what's the truth here? We got 1,500 lost, no closure. Science explains the wrecks, but those anomalies, like, we can't explain that. The magnetic interference, the missing transmissions, the pilot who skipped through time. Yeah, what's going on here? The triangle is a trap with teeth. Some we understand, but others we don't. So maybe it's just the deadliest place in the Atlantic, or maybe something is watching. This is the Vault Files, and we don't stop hunting. What do you guys think about this? Is this science or something weirder? Drop it in the comments, and you can like and subscribe for more deep dive investigations, and then just watch our next video after this. It'll be up next week. Patreon, we got case files and all the documents on this, and obviously we've got our TikTok and Instagram, which you can see in this last slide here. You can go follow us for other information right there. Thank you for watching.